Okay, so everything's blue. Can we get some more blue things in here? How about blue things? All blue things report to the... Jeez, whatever. It's so crazy. In any case, more blue things. Yes, I guess I've got an affinity for certain blue things. This one I do. This is the TwoSun TS 19. And you know what? I'm impressed. Look at that design. Look at that pocket clip. Is that weird? Look at this. Dog leg. Wow, interesting. Look at that. Look at that pocket clip. I mean, it's just right up against, you know, the scales almost. Got a little bit of cutaway there. Pretty good thick blade stock, and it's a flipper. It's a titanium frame lock flipper, D2 blade, KVT bearings according to the seller. Night morning design, which is the mystery design. He's the mystery designer that's very famous now at the TwoSun place, because I like his designs. I really do. I think it's cool. You got this little cutaway here, and there's a little... You can see where this is chamfered back in here, but actually beyond that, it's a little bit of it's not totally smooth. You might want to take a little sandpaper, although I don't know that it really makes a damn difference because I'm not sticking my fingers in there anyhow, normally. So to me, it's a non-issue. But you run your fingers through here and you can kind of pick up a little bit of edge there. Not ragged, but just not totally smooth like you would have on a stone wash blade. But this is not a stone wash blade. This is a satin blade. I like the design. Warncliffe, modified sheep's foot, something. And stone wash blue anno. Titanium, and we'll try and prove it to you. Yeah. Titanium. Backspacer. Yeah. Titanium as well. But the hardware is magnetic. And nothing else is. There. I mean, the hardware is magnetic because it's stainless. TwoSun, like we said, the 19. TS 19. Really nice. And, you know, it's got the over travel stop built in. If you can see the little silver piece in here. Over travel stop, as well as me knocking crap around on my table. You got the little insert there, and this screw's holding it in. So you got the hardened steel insert interfacing with the D2 steel blade. Man, if these things were M390, they'd knock it out of the park, wouldn't they? Especially for 50 bucks. It's like, dream on, buddy. Dream on. That ain't happening. But D2 still, it's a semi-stainless. But I thought they did a good job grinding here. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. Let's see if we could cut any paper. Oh, wow. You know what? Whoever's sharpening these now, wow, they're really doing a great job. This is a great factory edge, actually. Wow. Yeah, I'm impressed. You just feel that thing just melt right through the paper. It's great. How's your lockup? Well, 25%, which is good. Not too heavy, not too light, not too scary. And look at this flipper tab. Check this out. See the jimping running up here? But look at this cutaway here. They milled. So you can get your finger up front. I mean, it's not really a front flipper, but it's not very far back. But it's tall enough, and they milled the center out, so it kind of gave you that little design cue there. But how comfortable is that right there? This is really a comfortable flipper, and it flips really well. You might be able to gravity flip it, but nah, I'm not going to do that. Sometimes I make my shoulder sore. Nah, it's probably a 7.5, 8 on the D10 scale, of 1 being fall out of the handle and 10 being, God, I wish I could get this thing broke open. Yeah, this is a 7, 7.5, somewhere in there. It's decent. Not that you can't fail it. Yeah. Well, it's hard to fail it. I tried to pull up as I was flipping. So yeah, it's good. It fires right out. Good and snappy. You like the blue? I like the blue. They've already anoded it for you, so you already got that thing done. So pimped, you know, and I got this from a buddy who picked up a few, and I paid him like $50 for it. And I think you can grab these on eBay. If you're lucky, you might be able to get one for 50. And you know, the problem is you got to bid against people because they ain't selling them on a buy it now basis. You got to bid it. So if you can find them on DHgate for a fixed price, you might want to throw the link in there for the other viewers. I didn't see them, but I haven't looked for a little while. There's your specs there. Overall length, closed. Blade length, 135 grams. So it's not, I mean, you know, it's not a 4-inch blade. It's about 3.5. Your typical EDC. The weight is fairly light. Titanium, KVT. At least they say ceramic bearings. And they say very sharp. And they are correct. It is very sharp. And it's not that heavy. 135 grams, so they were right at 4.7. Okay, so, you know, not bad. That'll work. Just gained weight, 4.8. Let's get away before it gains any more weight. You know, you got this backspacer that has a nice design to it, and it's raised above the scale level, so it does provide some, you know, some traction back here when you hold this knife, you know, in your palm. That's good. You've got this little lanyard hole that sticks out here. Also, maybe an impact type tool. Get yourself out of the car, break the glass, possibly. You've got a cut through area here to release the lock bar. That's not bad. I hate it when the scales are the exact same height. It makes it more difficult to access that lock bar. And you can tell that over travel stop. You can hear it when you click it. It goes there. Okay. I told you it's probably 3.5-inch blade. Let's see if I'm a liar. Wow, I'm a liar. It's a little over 3 5/8. Just a tad between there and 3 3/4. And so that's more like 96, 97. Well, yeah, about 95 millimeters. And overall, 21.5, which is 8 3/8. So not a bad size knife, is it? It's not tiny. And you got 11.5 millimeter thick, so 0.45 of an inch handle. And let's go to the blade and not put it in the hole in the middle. That wouldn't measure well. 0.145, so what, 3.7 millimeters, somewhere in there, I would think, if I can get it to flip for me. 3.62, 3.63 millimeters. So a little over 3.5 millimeter blade stock. You know, it's easy to disengage, flips really well, clicks right in, good detent. Actually, pretty well made knife. Just kind of surprising how wonderful they are. Titanium frame lock flipper, anodized satin blade, over 3.5 inches, 3 5/8, and maybe a tick or two over that. So not a tiny knife, right? As opposed to the TS17, which is a little smaller knife. This is the TS17. This is the TS19. 19's bigger. What I like about the 19, other than I like the anode color too, but check the flipper tab. As far as deploying this knife, this is so easy. This is just like second nature. You don't have to think about deploying this. Like I said, the cutaway with the jimping here, look at this one. That's just buried. And the cutaway here exposes the actual front of the flipper tab. This here, not so much. You see, it's still below the grade here. So you got to get some flesh of your finger in there, and or just do this, which is not the way I want to flip a knife. And that's the issue I have with this one. Otherwise, I mean, it flips great. And really, if you just kind of lay your finger across here like this and pull, it's easier. But this is just easy, easy, easy. Much easier, much less thought goes into having to do this. It's a bigger knife, so I like that. They're both satin grinds. They're both night morning designs. They both got ceramic KVT bearings. They're both interesting designs. This one has no backspacer. This is dressed up a little bit. And therefore, this one's a little heavier too. You got kind of like a darker blue running through here and a lighter blue stone wash out. Blue wash? Whatever. Lanyard hole? Yeah. Lanyard hole? Nope. You might be able to go ahead and run one around here if you wanted to, but there's not, and you don't, you know, it's right hand tip up only. There's no left hand option there. So this is kind of an impact device maybe. Lanyard hole as well. Longer blade, easier to deploy. A little bit more maybe attractive and grippy because of the backspacer and that traction that's hanging up there in the air. Fatter. A little. Blade stock, about the same. TS19, TS17. Both easy to disengage as far as the lock bar goes. Yeah. But this one, I just the flipping alone, the access to the flipper tab. Now maybe you don't like that grind. You don't like that modified sheep's foot thing. You want something, I don't know, man. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Immortal I did a few days ago by Cold Steel. That Gladius type thing. Although, yeah, not really that either, but it's reminiscent of some kind of more ancient barbaric, you know, design. This, a little easier, probably because of this flat grind. You're not going to have so many nightmares maybe on your sharpening system as well. This might be more challenging. I do not look forward to putting an edge back on that thing going around the corner here. Although, you know, some guys have told me, hey, just chill, you can do that. You know, you can position that. But this, so much easier. Pretty versatile since it's a flat grind. And, man, really comes sharp from TwoSun. So, you know, good size knife. Both these knives are really nice, and I think a really good buy. That's just my opinion. But, I mean, there's probably a lot of you out there that have these. So chime in. Feel free to lay your comments down in the comment section. I don't know if any of you guys have really had bad luck with these. I haven't. These, but, you know, like I said before, the first flip is the worst flip for me. You know, after you flip them a couple times and they kind of feel like they're breaking in, and then after that, I'll drop maybe just a drop or two of rim oil on them, or maybe some tough lube, and work it, you know, work it, and make sure it gets in there. And then, yeah, dry it off, wipe it down, and boy, they really smooth right out. They really do. This thing just, it's like a champ. It really is. That is, look at that, just really nice. Both these knives, very good. Great action. This one's a little tighter. I think I put my Torx to this one because they were both, you know, just like I put the Torx in, it just started turning the pivot. It's like, wow, they didn't tighten that down much at all. But this one, yeah, I think I gave it a little bit more of a squeeze. But still, detent's great. Flipping action's good. So, yeah. Great designs. Really like it. Good quality knives. I mean, what do you get for 50, 60 bucks around, You know, go to Walmart and look at what they got. You know, or your whatever. Just saying, that's a lot of knife for the money right there. Is it worth 100? They might be, actually, in reality. So I think they're still a good bargain. All right, I'll shut up. I'm going to leave you alone. You can go back to your TV program or tinkering in the garage or whatever you do. I just thought I'd bring them on. I'm pretty excited about these TwoSun knives. And these designs are fascinating. I got one or two more coming in that we will show on my channel because I'm fascinated by them, really. Thank you so much for joining me. You know what we do here? Love them knives. Stay sharp.